What's up, guys? It is I, once again, Joseph Cohen Mason. And guys, I am so sorry. I haven't uploaded a video in quite some time because I had some issues to deal with and some personal problems I had to take care of, but everything's okay right now. I'm back. I'm doing quite well, and today I want to review the 2015 science fiction action thriller, which is the sequel to last year's Divergent, and that movie is Insurgent. Now, Insurgent is based off the novel by the same author who wrote Divergent, and this is a sequel to Divergent, so obviously there's going to be stories taking place in the aftermath of Divergent and what happened in the end of that movie. And this movie, it tells the story of Triss and her friends who have escaped from the capital city, which in the Divergent, the city where the factions the factions and groups that kids are placed in reside, and they are taking refuge at this camp, which is being organized and supervised by this woman who I forgot her name, but she's played by Octavia Spencer. And their time at that camp doesn't take long. It doesn't last long, and they immediately escape after Janine Matthews, the antagonist of the last movie, played by Kate Winslet, finds out their location and tries to get them because she requires a Divergent which has the ability to open this box, a box which contains the what she believes to be the key to destroying all Divergents and saving the city from the Divergents. That includes Triss and her friends. And if you don't know, Divergents are a reference to free thinkers who are open-minded and they aren't bound by any politics, any religion, or anything that influences most people, and they have their own minds and their own ideas and their own unique thought on how the world is, a unique view, and that is what Divergent essentially is. And Janine Matthews sees all Divergents as a threat, and this has a lot of commentary on race and, I believe people who are basically in the closet, which they are scared of coming out of. And this movie handled the story quite well. It's not perfect. The story to Insurgent isn't perfect. It's not. But I still like the movie because the story, it has its faults. It's convoluted plot lines and lack of character development concerning some characters from the past movie, like Maggie Q's character, Tori Wu, and Christina, played by Zoe Kravitz, and Marcus Eaton, played by Ray Stevenson, and other actors like Naomi Watts' character. Naomi Watts in this movie plays Tobias Eaton, also known as Four's mother, and Tobias Eaton, aka Four, is played by Theo James, the male lead of this movie, who is the love interest of the main character of the film and the series in general, who is Triss, Beatrice Prior, also known as Triss, and she's played by the awesome, ever so magnificent and lovely Shailene Woodley, who I love so much, one of my favorite actresses of all time by far. And this movie, it has a lot of it received a lot of mixed reviews and negative comments about the story and the ending, and how much like the first movie, it has its errors in terms of the plot and how the plot it just takes a lot of directions that makes no sense. It's not consistent, and how the story doesn't work well for people at all. For me personally, I love this movie. I'll tell you why. For one reason, Shailene Woodley is a great actress I love so much. I always loved Shailene Woodley ever since I saw her in the Descendants with George Clooney, and The Spectacular Now with Miles Teller, who's also in this movie playing Peter Hayes. And Peter Hayes is one of the aspects of this movie I love, and I'll tell you why. Peter Hayes is the second reason why I love this movie. This character is such an egotistical asshole. I mean, this character is such a despicable bastard, yet I still like this character because of the actor himself, Miles Teller. Miles Teller is able to play a character and make him so believably bad or good. I still hate the guy. I hate the guy, but I still like the way his character is written and the way Miles Teller plays him. Miles Teller brings this character to life. He is a character I really hate, and I wanted him to die a painful death. And Miles Teller got the best out of this character. He performed this character so well, and by the end, the twist behind it all, I'm like, wow, I love Miles Teller. He is soon to become one of the best actors in Hollywood in my personal opinion. And I love Shailene Woodley, I love Naomi Watts, I love Kate Winslet, even though her character Jane Matthews is basically a conniving, very like controlling, evil, somewhat obsessed woman who is dead set on trying to control all the city and trying to turn them against the Divergents and to exterminate all Divergents that exist. And this movie has a lot of faults, which I understand perfectly in terms of other people's view on the movie. By my personal view, I think this movie is actually good. I love this movie, to be honest with you. I love the movie. It's not as good as I would say The Hunger Games is, but in terms of a movie, I love it much more than The Hunger Games, and I think it's a better film. But that's just my personal opinion. It's not a great story in terms of writing, characters, plot points, or like character development. It's not. It's not a great movie in terms of acting, magnificent acting all around. No, it has some weak some actors who give weak performances. Good actors who are very great in other films, but give weak performances in this movie. Such actors like Kate Winslet, and Maggie Q isn't bad, but she doesn't have much to do in the movie. And same goes for Naomi Watts. I love Naomi Watts, I love Kate Winslet, I love Maggie Q. But the problem is that this movie doesn't do much with them, and that the characters aren't all fleshed out very well. And Marcus Eaton, like Theo James' character, Tobias's father, played by Ray Stevenson, I think that his character gets so little to do. His character is just brought up for 1 minute, later he's gone, like that. He's just gone. And the movie has a large amount of faults. It's very strong faults, I understand, but in the end, I love this movie because of the performances, by the actors like Theo James, like Ansel Elgort as Caleb Prior, Triss's brother, and Peter Hayes, played by Miles Teller, who I mentioned before, and Zoe Kravitz as Christina, even though she doesn't got much to do, and other actors in the movie who do a decent to good job. But this movie is held together because of the performance by Shailene Woodley. And Shailene Woodley is awesome in this movie. She's awesome. She gives a very vulnerable, emotional, heartbreaking performance. I love Shailene Woodley. She is to me the equivalent of what Jennifer Lawrence is to other people. I love Shailene Woodley so much. She's everything I want in an actress. And honestly, this movie, it has a very, very bad direction. The direction in this movie is quite mediocre, and the direction is not exactly good. And judging by the director himself, who made such movies like R.I.P.D., and like Flight Plan, and some other random movies which I don't recommend you watch, but he's made some mediocre films, and this director doesn't do much with the movie. He doesn't do much. The visuals are quite good. The cinematography is very like polished, very good looking. The science fiction element in the movie in terms of the visuals and like the this illusion which Shailene Woodley goes on, an illusion which he goes through, and near the end of the movie, and how she experiences like a sort of thing which is very science fiction-ish, and I really do like that element of the movie a lot. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you will find out in the movie. You will find out. And this movie overall is not good. It's not very good, but I still love it. I still consider it a better movie than The Hunger Games or The Maze Runner. Not because it's better in terms of story, because I personally love the movie. I love the movie. I love Shailene Woodley. I love Theo James. I love Miles Teller. I love the idea that, once again guys, the idea and theme behind the movie I love. This movie could have been good. It could have been a damn great film had the story been directed by a good director and had a good writer, and it had a story which is very compelling. The story is not so compelling, but the actors make it so. The actors manage to ground the film, especially Shailene Woodley, and this movie is not perfect. It's far from perfect, but I still love it. And you know what? I'm giving this movie to be fair, I'm giving this movie a 7.5 out of 10 stars. 7.5 out of 10 stars because it has some great moments, some great character interactions and character chemistry between Theo James and Shailene Woodley. It has a great scumbag in Miles Teller's character, Peter Hayes. It has a pretty weak performance by Kate Winslet, but I still disliked her character, and if that makes any sense, but I do like this movie a lot. It's not perfect, once again, but I still love it. It has a lot of things in the Divergent series which I am excited for, and I heard that the Divergent series will continue with Divergent Allegiant. Allegiant Part 1 and 2 is being directed by the same filmmaker behind this movie. I'm not excited for that, but I am excited to see this movie for the actors like Shailene Woodley, Ray Stevenson, Theo James, Miles Teller, Zoe Kravitz, Maggie Q, Naomi Watts. I love the actors in this movie. I'm looking forward to seeing them. And you know what, guys? This movie, if you want to watch it based on the fact that it's based off a novel written by whoever wrote it, it's fine. But the movie doesn't do the book service. It doesn't do the book justice, but I have yet to discover exactly what makes the book better than the movie. And usually a book isn't as, usually a story in a movie isn't as good as the story in a book, because to adapt a novel is quite difficult. But in terms of a movie in general, like a movie telling a story from a movie perspective, I still enjoy the film. I enjoyed quite a bit, and you know what, I think this movie is going to be something I can enjoy for personal reasons, but if you don't like it, it's fine. If you like it, I'm happy for you guys, and I'm done. Thank you for watching. I have a gaming channel in my I have a gaming channel which I talk about games, do let's plays on games. I'll put the link for that channel down below if you wish to see more from me. And I'll see you guys next time in another video where I'll talk about some other movies and random movie reviews and other kind of stuff. And I might actually review Dallas Buyers Club. Dallas Buyers Club, which has been directed by the same filmmaker behind Wild and other films, like some other random movies which are very great. But I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you like. Until next time, peace out, take care, adios amigos, and au revoir.